just a disclaimer, I do not mean to disappoint those who do anime or make them feel bad. These are just my thoughts on anime. I do think that you can make a perfect career and degree of working as an anime artist. And let me tell you why. Because anime artists, a lot of them don't really reach that certain aesthetic as a lot of others I see. Because a lot of them are focused on cartoon. They have kind of like a cartoony more style than they do anime because about every artist I've seen on Pinterest to YouTube to Instagram, they have kind of like flat tones and they haven't really worked the aesthetic effects, but the effects really are what I believe makes it pop. So if you're an anime artist, great, that's great for you, to be honest. I mean, like, I once was an anime artist. It kind of went downhill for me. It wasn't really my thing. I kind of went down to semi-realism, and I really liked that. So, as you can see, I was paying semi-realism here, and I'm going over it. So, I really, I guess what really made me stop drawing anime was the that I just didn't feel like it was me. I just didn't feel like it was my thing or that I should like continue on doing that. And that's completely fine for others, but if you feel like offended by that, I don't mean that you should stop. I'm just saying that's my opinion on that. So, why anime wasn't good for me is kind of like a couple reasons. Um, as you can see in one of my photos, if you go to my DeviantArt and you go to see um, some of my drawings from back into the behavioral disorder hospital, I had a terrible habit of drawing the hair first and then drawing the spikes down from the hair. And that is that is not a very good habit. If you're an anime artist or if you're just like a normal artist and you're doing that, then you should and I'm not saying you absolutely must. This is just a want if you want to do this. You should paint the head first. Not the hair, but the head. But I will have a future anatomy thing that goes more into that pretty soon. But pretty soon, if you keep drawing anime, then I know you will get better. There's no way you're not going to get better at drawing anime. And drawing anime has some negativities and some positivities. And the positivities are that there's a lot of anime studios in Tokyo, even America, Korea, other places, and those are those those give you a well-paying job, but not maybe as much as some game artists can get. But I'd say the biggest problem you have to have as being an anime artist is well going to an art college. And I'm not saying that they will disown you or toss you out for being an anime artist. That's not what I'm saying. But a lot of people say that anime isn't art, and I'm using my quote fingers right now. It isn't art. I'm not saying that that isn't art. I'm saying that anime, yeah, I think anime is an art, and I think that people who do anime should get some re- some actual notice for that because I do think that anime is a very cool thing to be honest. And I used to be really into it, but not so much anymore. Sometimes I bring out a little Japanese hint in my drawings, and that's pretty good, but I never go full anime. So I usually do semi-realism, but that's my thought on anime. You guys don't have to think that, but in some college art schools, I haven't been to college art school yet, but in some college is they say that anime is an art. But if you have a very strong love for anime, then I'd say never stop that. Never ever stop your love for anime if you really love it that much. If you love it that much, then go for it. I mean, like, it's better having, like, not listening to those who think stuff is right and having a very supportive career or you can go down that road, start all the way from scratch and go for it. But if you're having some questions about anime, about like your style, then I suggest like here's something that'll really help for you to find your style. I mean, like I've done this, a lot of other artists have done this, and it's to find your favorite artist. It can be on Instagram or DeviantArt, but you can find your favorite artists. I'd say you can pick three, and one could be for the way they paint, one can be for the way they have their style done, and one could be for maybe like the hair, the face, and you can kind of stir that up and make your own little art from that. And that isn't stealing. It's not plagiarism. It's called stealing like an artist. And every single artist does that. There's no shame in that at all. You can go to other channels and they'd say the same thing. I mean, like if you go to anything else, they'd say the same thing. It's to see like an artist. And if you're finding anime to be a bit hard for you, then maybe you can try stealing like an artist to not get rid of anime for your struggles, but to maybe keep that anime aesthetic and then build on top of that. I mean, like my base was anime. That's what I started out with. But then I kind of built on top of that, and that's what I did. So, as you can see, I'm not a perfect artist. I'm not saying that you should quit anime because that's if anime is your life dream, then I mean like go for it at all costs. Never stop anime if you really love it that much. And that's just what I gotta say about anime. I hope you guys enjoyed. And right now, I'm just going to talk about my speed paint a little bit. So this speed paint, I started off with the flat colors and I started off with, and then for the second thing, I did the shading, I painted the light kind of, and now I'm kind of just trying to add painterly strokes, as you can see. And I'm trying to add painterly strokes to the hair, and right now I'm trying to add it to the shoulder and the arm, the neck, the armor, her clothes. And before I did that, I kind of had the line art go down to a cooler color or like a warmer color. That always helps when you're trying to paint something, and I really think it does help. And the whole thing I'm trying to do in this illustration, unlike my last illustration, if you guys saw that, I kind of kept the line art, but in this illustration, the whole thing I'm trying to do is get rid of the line art. And that's what I'm really trying to do, and I'm trying to render and make the line art very not noticeable and kind of build on top with the skirt, the armor, the arms, and it's really looking good so far. I used a lot of texture brushes and a lot of line width on my skirt, and it was kind of hard to get the skirt because I couldn't find the wrinkles, the shading, and I kind of had to like figure out my own references. And on the bottom left corner, I have my last illustration I did of this same character. I haven't quite given her a name. Like one of my OCs, Bakua. I do want to repaint Bakua again and kind of find her like this speed paint where I kind of get rid of the lines and make it better. But Bakua has a lot of actual inline depths to her warriorness, and I'm probably gonna make a new video about her childhood or her backstory. But for this character, I just like find her to be sort of like an inventor. Like her wings aren't exactly attached to her. I find her to have that mask because she knows that if she goes too high up, then she'll obviously like die because of the air thinness. And I kind of wanted her to be Greekish, like back in the Victorian times. um Da Vinci had a whole bunch of inventions, and I thought they were actually really cool. So I kind of wanted to bring those back in this one girl here. Maybe she like found Da Vinci's work and she kind of wanted to do those herself. And I really like Da Vinci's work. I mean, I'm a big fan of Da Vinci. If you guys haven't thought of that, I think a lot of artists are. Da Vinci is one of my big old go-to artists when I'm trying to do like realism or sketches or perspective, and he really taught me a lot of things, I think. But right now I'm trying to do that back wing and make it darker than the first one to give it more depth, and I'm trying to render the wings. It's kind of hard because the feathers on the wings kind of are a more delicate standard. And right now I just got rid of the my back reference, and I'm trying to paint the light even more. And painting the light, I'd say, I mean, that is a big thing to some of my art. I mean, painting the light is a humongous thing that you can do to make your art 10 times better. It really helps me, and even with my warrior speed paint I did, painting the light, she looked kind of meh. And then I painted the light and it was like, wow, this looks amazing. And painting the light really helps you. I will have a tutorial out for that soon. And now I'm trying to do the saturation more of trying to build the light up. Like maybe purple, blue, green. Like last time I built the light really well and I'm trying to incorporate that in this some more. It didn't really work out the best, but I think it worked out really, really great. And now I'm doing the highlights, the last touches, and I'm going to add in background right here. And I think behind her wings should be darker, and then when she's walking into something, I guess, like putting her hair up, walking into something, and try and getting ready for maybe like a battle or something, or like maybe a big battle to like the death, because she is kind of a warrior. Okay, that was the end of my speed paint. I hope you guys really enjoyed, and I hope that brought my open thoughts about anime to you guys. And again, I'm not saying that that's a disclaimer for you guys. I'm not saying that you should stop anime. I'm saying that sometimes it will be harder for you in the future. But anime is a big thing that every artist goes through, and anime could make or break some careers, and it could be super awesome. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.